Why did Latino men vote for Trump? Don't you see he's a monster? He hates you. Guys, welcome to the channel of Monster Violence. Having a good laugh here at the expense of, well, people apparently thought that just because you are of a certain cultural background, I guess, or a certain skin color, depending on what they're looking at, you should vote in a certain way. Apparently, if you're black, you have to vote for Kamala Harris. If you are what Americans describe as Latino, more like Ibero-American would be more like because you cannot leave out the Portuguese out there. The Brazilians are also there in the mix. Anyway, whatever you want to call it, the thing is this. They voted for Trump, all right? And they just cannot get it through their fucking skulls that the people that Trump in their own minds was insulting. He said that Mexicans are all arpists. How could you vote for him? They don't care. They just don't care. I don't give a fuck. Say whatever. I don't feel offended by it. Why should, well, that white lady from LA feel offended for me? This is what
did Hispanic men help propel Donald Trump to the White House?
Frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time.
Donald Trump is on track to do what no Republican has done in 20 years, win the popular vote. The whole country moved towards the Republicans. The gender gap was also smaller than expected, so women's votes didn't save Harris. All of this helped push Trump over the line, but let's look at one demographic group where Trump did strikingly better than before, the Hispanic vote.
Where are my proud Latinos at tonight?
Trump made large gains amongst Hispanic voters, improving his margin by 10 percentage points on average compared with 2020. You can see this in Texas, particularly on the border with Mexico. Starr County, where almost all of the population are Hispanic, hasn't voted for a Republican presidential candidate in more than 100 years.
100 years.
Trump got more than 57% of the vote there. But this trend was true in the North, too. In Pennsylvania's Latino corridor, a string of counties with high Hispanic populations, Trump overperformed. It was mostly Hispanic men propelling this. In 2020,
that's the patriarchy right there.
Biden won their vote by a margin of 23 percentage points. This year, they voted for Trump by 10. Hispanic women, by contrast, voted for Harris by 24 points. There are a number of possible explanations for this shift. One is a long-term trend of racial depolarization. American politics has realigned along social and cultural lines, making religion and education crucial demographic variables. These characteristics divide Hispanic voters just as they do
They don't want all of the woke crap. It really does not fly. It goes very much against some of those essential core values that in general people from Central and South America have. Yeah, very much strongly leaning toward Catholicism, the idea of doing horrible things to children. That is not okay. That is not acceptable anywhere in Central or South America. Those traditions are very hard to get rid of, even if you say, but you don't want that. The traditional family, but also, why is that these Latino men, as they are being called by these freaking racists from The Economist? Well, because they work, and they want to keep their money. They don't give a fuck if they see Trump once call a bunch of them, scum or whatever. You're not that thin-skinned. You don't care. You do care about the better economy. You do care about not having your children mutilated and cut to pieces. You do care about their lives, about the inflation, about all of the things that these people were supposedly in favor of or against, and they just didn't do anything about that.
The rest of the country. Another explanation is that Hispanic voters are more likely than other groups to say that the economy is their most important issue.
There you go.
Favorable territory for Trump. But there is also substantial variation within the Hispanic population. This year, early evidence suggests that counties with large Dominican and Cuban populations swung the furthest away from Democrats.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
While Puerto Rican and Mexican communities shifted by a smaller margin.
Mexico is just very close to U.S. Mexico is just, they have a lot more of that socialist crap. They're a lot more leaning towards that. So it's no surprise. And it's also no surprise that people that have to actually escape a communist regime end up favoring Trump. You had to escape your country because it has become a communist hellhole. What are you going to vote for? For more of that same shit that you know destroys your country? Of course not. You vote for the complete opposite, or as much of the opposite as you can.
Nevertheless, it seems clear that Hispanic men were among the key groups that helped propel Donald Trump to the White House.
Okay, that's very nice. Well, good for you, Latino men voting for Trump. So nice. Anyway, guys, if you want to learn more about preparedness survival, you have my books, my channel with a lot of information already, and the books are available in the links below. So survival skills, surviving the economic collapse, and bugging out and relocating are available in the links there in Amazon, and you need those just to be better prepared for what's to come. What's to come is not pleasant. We've been here already. Remember last time Trump was president? Remember how all of these mostly peaceful protesters burned, torched many cities across the U.S.? Remember Kenosha Kid? I do. You should too. That's what's in our future. Guys, see you on the next video. Take care.